Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today I'm going to be here showing you my memory books for Halloween. So long story short, I thought I had recorded a video with my memory books from last year, but I could not find that video. So it is time for me to get this video up on YouTube so that way you can see what I have been doing for my Halloween memory books. I am going to move things around and start with my actual Halloween planner. This video is the one that I posted yesterday, so I will link that in the description if you want to watch this. But essentially, I walked through this entire thing, and at the very back here is this tab, which is the 8th tab / 9th tab that has all of my memories. And so I'm actually going to leave this to the side because I want to try to pull in my memory books where they make sense. And so again, this section is memories, right? And I've got it just like this, and it's on a double-sided divider. And the very first memory I have is this washi dashboard that I had made, and I put a photo of Sophia from when she was less than a year old. She's so cute, my little ladybug. So this was 2018. And then 2019, 2020, and 2021 were years where I did not have a dedicated Halloween planner. And so this was just a copy of Sophia's memory book. And then basically everything until 2021 were just notes that I had in my planner. So I didn't keep Halloween specific memories in a dedicated spot. In 2022, I decided to create the Halloween planner. And so initially what I had was, let me show you this. I had something very similar to this. Actually, it was these sheets. I had this in here. But I had also created this little micro book with my boo book. And so I'm going to show you that now. Let me actually move this to the side. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because this is the boo book. It's a little micro. And again, what I ended up doing is for 2022, I just decided to have the Halloween planner. It was my first year with a Halloween planner. And then that memory section, I put this together, but then I decided to take the pages out and kind of stick them into these photo sleeves. So they were kind of like this. Hold on, let me try to get it in there. They were kind of like this initially. The problem with that is it ended up with so much here, you can see, it was just very bulky. So I did decide a couple of years ago to put the memories separately. I mentioned in yesterday's video that I plan to just kind of come in here in my Halloween planner and just make a note and just put, hey, I have a boo book. And in fact, I started it kind of like right here. This is my little note to myself. It's just a rough draft. I'm going to put it in order. Okay, so let's just flip through this then. So this is, again, my boo book. I did it as a kind of micro size. I did, of course, put it on discs, as you can see here. And I used some plastic covers from, it must have been like one of the packaging from Happy Planner. And I just kind of put it together there. I'm realizing I'm going to be talking this entire time, so let me try to flip faster and not talk quite so much. So the back here, October Daily, which is super tiny, but it is from Serena B. And so I printed that out and put that in here for just ideas of things, photos to take. And mostly what I used was old micro cards that I just had in my stash. So this one right here is actually from when Sophia was in kindergarten, I believe, and we had made flashcards for her. So I just cut it. She had like 1 to 10 or maybe 1 to 20. So I just put that in there to designate day 1 and just put some stickers around. All right. So this is just a photo of our front door. This was the year that we moved into our house, and so I was really loving our house at that point. All right, and this is day 2. I just stamped that on there, and part of day 2 was just like this little collection of stickers in this pack. I did try to use down the stack throughout, and then anything left over I just left in this pouch for this year, 2022. All right, 3. Some decor I bought that day. This one I had to blur out once I flip over it. But this was just some notes from a medical appointment that I had. I was pregnant with Rose at this time. And so I put 4 in here. And again, I had to blur this out, part of it at least. And I had some spots where I was going to journal, but I never did that. All right, so that is that. Again, I had to blur most of that side out. All right, I also created this like diabetes and food log for myself. Never went anywhere with that, but I did create it. Then 5. All right, lots of notes here. So let me just flip through. You can see day 6, this photo, a craft that Sophia made. I have some pages here. You can see these pages are from an old keepsake from the Happy Planner, so I decided to pull those out and kind of use them. Look at this. This is cute. It's a caramel apple that I got from Walmart, and I put some pearls around it. I thought that was cute. This one is a poster that Sophia kind of put together. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but it's just a printout of the photo, like her poster. So I just printed it out small enough to fit in here. And this background actually is like a piece of like a printout of my Halloween planner cover that was like very, very messed up. So I just used it as like backdrop. See, that's the inside cover there, right? And I did try to put in some pictures and things like that. I have a Halloween or a fall planner here. There, I thought there's something else. Okay, so here's day 10, which I didn't put anything. And then this is day 11, which I stamped. By the way, the stamps are one of my favorite stamps. I just love those stamps. It's from, I don't know where, probably Amazon. This was a boo bag. There's nothing in it, but I just decided to stick the entire boo bag because, of course, it's Halloween. Okay, and then this was a craft that I picked up from some store, and it's like a skeleton narwhal. I did glue the tail to the back side here. You can see that. That's 12. And then you can see some pages are empty, of course. 13, I had like a Halloween or a fall theme planner spread, so I wanted to put that in here. This was an art festival in our city, and so they had some pumpkins kind of walking around. I thought that was cute, so I took a picture of that. This was some food at a fall festival in our area. And again, just like some other little bits and pieces. This is, oh, Sophia went to a food decorating, like a brownie decorating party, and so those were pictures from that party. This is my cute little Sophia. All right, I've got like random sticky notes in here that I just saved. Here's an example of the 18. All right, I cut out or printed out and then cut out a like crafty thing that Sophia did. Like she's very creative still even, but she was, at that time, she loved to just create random things. Coloring page, which she colored, and then I just took a picture of it and just shrunk it down to the size. Here she is, so cute, with her little bat brownie, I think. Halloween quiz. This one is my answers to the Halloween quiz. Or like, what is this? Oh yeah, okay, so this is like a full sheet here. No, classic size sheet, I shouldn't say full. So I've got this here. Go this other side is blank. Okay, and I just kind of folded it in a way where it could kind of fit in here. Don't know how I did it actually. Oh, probably in half. And then down again, like that. I did it somehow. I folded it. So I'm just going to have to fold it again so it fits in there. All right, that was obviously not how I did it initially. I don't know how I did it. I would have to fold it some way. Get in here. Okay, so let me just fold it again. Okay, so something like that. And then the final little one here is this boo card, and I'll show you this side of it. So it was a door hanger, and it says, "You've been booed." And so we just had a boo package at our front door. All right, getting towards the end here. All right, so here's a little message that says, "You've been booed." And then here's one of our meals. I just took a picture of this because, you know, fall to me really speaks to wine. Again, I was pregnant at this time, so this is alcohol-free wine. So that's that. And that's all I did. So the week of Halloween, I didn't actually put in here. I basically stopped on like the 20s and called it done. So that was my 2022 book. And so going back here, and let me zoom out. So here, these pages were all in these like photo sleeves. And again, what I'm going to do, I mentioned this in yesterday's video, I might just make a copy or like scan this and make a copy and just put it in here as like, here's the boo book, and just put a note about the location of where this boo book is. But I keep these books together. These are like my holiday memory books, and so I keep them together. All right, so that was 2022. In 2023, I had a couple of loose pieces. These are from 2023, Jane's Agenda. And so I actually probably will put a note on the back of this one or this one saying I have a September Smash book. And so I'll show you that. Actually, I have two books. So let's get into these. So this first one is my September Smash book. Let me move this out of the way. Trying to clear out some space. There is not that much room on my desk. Okay, so this is my September Smash book, and initially this was just meant to like be fun. just do something in September. So I did this in 2023, but I have now reclassified it as part of my fall planner. And so Halloween covers September and October, and then all the fall and Thanksgiving events are in my Thanksgiving planner. So this is, like I said, September 2023. I'm just going to try to flip through this. All right, again, I do recall doing a flip through of this, so I'm going to flip through this much quicker because I believe, have a flip through of this on my channel, and I talk through all the different pieces. So this one will be less talkative. I don't recall flipping through the Boo book. So this was when Go Wild was announced, I believe. All right, so lots of little bits and pieces here for day 2 of September. All right, I gotta get some pieces in here. So there we go. Oops, I can't get it back in there to turn. Okay, and so one of the reasons why I have to put this separately is because I put so much in here that it's bulked up quite a bit. Some gift cards here. Here's like an IHOP sheet. We decided to go to IHOP this day because Sophia was in her IHOP era, and so it's just literally the entire map from IHOP. One of the things about smash booking is you just take all the scraps, all the bits and pieces, and you just stick them all in here. So I have pictures, extra pictures, not the pictures I actually used, and any mail, anything that I have from just random bits of writing, random drawings, things that might not actually be dated for around that time, but I wanted to put it in there. This is my new stamp. I love that stamp. All right, Fall Festivals Guide. Then I have the actual Fall Festival guides, the entire thing. I won't flip through it, but there's all the Fall Festival or October events, September, October events for 2023. Right, like a full page of coloring, another full page of just scribbles. Okay, and then here we had to get some service for our garage, so that's there. This is where the bookmark is. I'm not quite sure why. All right, and then here is, oh, this is the craft that we did for 2023. I actually wanted to put the craft here, like the actual that right here, but I never did that. Right, this is you can see iridescent mermaid thing. I had a thank you note with a gift card in here, and so I stuck the gift card packet and the card, and this is what it was in. It was like a cute bag with this iridescent kind of tissue. So I put that there. Right, so of course got some more things. I was going to post some photos in here, but never did that. Got I don't know why I have an entire piece of packaging in there, but here's some more just random bits of mail. Love this one, so cute. All right, here's a picture of my Sophia, from Sophia to Mommy form. Sophia. All right, and she drew a bunch of stuff, so I pasted all of that in here. All right, I've got a bunch of just glued things. Okay, I have to blur this out. This is definitely, all right, actually this entire page needs to be blurred out, so I'll just blur that out. There's lots of bits and pieces here. Okay, so here we went to a Sunday brunch, and they gave us a paper menu, so I definitely kept that. All right, some purchases that I made, so I glued in all the packaging from the purchases. I've got a lot of purchases. I don't know what I was doing here. Probably meaning to do something with that, but I never did. Okay, and then I've got this has to be blurred out. It's like a parking pass for a location that's very specific, so I have to blur that out. And then the back of it is empty. So I actually ended the month, September 29th and 30th. I was at that parking pass at the location where the parking pass is designated to. So that was a very quick flip through. Again, I'm pretty sure I have this on my channel, but at least you got to see all the pages mostly. Some things did have to be blurred out. And I really love that. Look how fat it is, with all the stuff that I put in there. So obviously this does not fit well into the planner. And so I definitely want to either take a picture of this cover or just put a note saying I have a September 2023 smash book that is part of my memories for the Halloween planner. All right, and then the last one I'm going to flip through is this one. So this is actually from 2023 as well, I'm pretty sure. So I need to blur out some of this. I already know for sure, just because this was the year that I went to jury duty. And so I have to blur out some of that. But what I ended up doing was doing a discbound system, classic size-ish, right? And so I put some stickers on the front to designate it as Halloween. And I was thinking initially that I would try to put all Halloween memories in here, but just 2023 by itself is super full. Right, looks very chunky already. So I did not do that. This is just for 2023. Okay, so let's just flip through it and see what we've got. Okay, so super cute. These are some stickers. It says right here from the skating party from the twins' birthday party. All right, so again, I have to blur this out, but I was juror, and I actually got sat. Not sat. I didn't get put on a jury, but I was called. So this is you might recall from the Halloween planner, the video from yesterday, I had several acetate pieces that I had printed with wrong printable stickers, and so this is that. And again, I just had to blur out that one little corner. These are the notes from the jury thing, so I won't flip through all that. I'm pretty sure, at least. Let me double check. Yeah, it is. It's all the notes, the instructions from jury duty. So I'll put that in here. The other thing that we did in 2023 for Sophia was I ordered a Hello Kitty Halloween calendar, like a countdown calendar. So this is the packaging from that, from Pip Sticks. And then this is one of the stickers. I thought this one was super cute, super puffy. I love it. So this is just one of the pages that was on there, and I just used some stickers. The other thing that we, this is definitely not Halloween, but we started putting together our Christmas planner. So this is from the Amazon like Christmas gift book, and so I just tore that page out. I didn't actually tear it out, like it ripped, and so I was just like, okay, well, since it's ripped, we can still use the stickers, but it's also fine for us to put it in here. And so here are some notes here. This is just a random coloring sheet that Sophia put together. And then here are just some random notes that I've got. Some of this I can't show you. Trying not to show all the things. But I've got some stickers here because I got a message from a sweet planner friend of mine. And so that's in there. Yeah, so it's a note. You can see it's written on. I just don't want to show the card just for privacy reasons, right? And then on top of that, on the back side of this fold out, I put a sticker that I can't show you. All right, so then I ended up ordering some prayer cards, so I stuck the entire package. So again, one of the big things about smash booking is just trying to save all the things that could potentially be glued into a book, and so that's kind of why it looks very random, but I think it's so much fun. So this is like just a random piece that I found in my stash, right? Sophia had like a treat pack, I'm not quite sure, probably a birthday of some sort. I made this washi card on a 4x6, and I put that here, and then I put my, what are these? These are from the Gallup. I can't remember what it's called anymore. It's my top 5 skills in the workplace. I can't remember what it's called anymore, but I put those there. And then this was a training that I did, so I just put a copy of the front page of the PowerPoint in here. And this was where I was trying to wrap up my job, my previous job, and so I've got lots of like cleaning out my office type things in here. So you'll kind of see like here I cleaned out my office, that type of thing. This is from a matching outfit. It's the packaging from the dress for I think either Sophia or for me. So I put the package in here. Sophia had book fair. She had this thing as well, just like some math thing that she did. All right, I had a random puzzle, so I glued that on there onto like a random divider, right? And then I did order, again, not really fall related, but I did order some matching pajamas for the girls, so that's in there. I should probably move that to Christmas, but that's okay. Okay, so then just like some random like pieces of things that we ended up kind of like receiving in the mail, and then I covered up our address here with some vinyl stickers. Super cute. I ended up getting this under desk bike. Again, I was switching from my previous job to my new job, so I was kind of prepping for the new job, which is work from home, right? And I can't really show you this because it's our application for passports. So I'll flip to the back here, and there are some additional things that I've purchased, just different random pieces. So I must have been sick, so I ended up getting a saline. You can see like a saline rinse bottle with some packets for myself. I have to blur this out. Sophia had like this cute little drawing, but she also got some ribbons at school that has her school name on it, so gotta blur that out. All right, ordered some storage bags. I love these bags. They look like this, so cute. All right, and then in here is like a bunch of like little random bits. I actually can't get that bottom one out. It's just a photo that was just randomly in my stash, and so I ended up just putting it in there. But this is so cute. It's all the pieces for Sophia's pumpkin that year. So she designed a pumpkin based on a book. And so it was a unicorn. I can't remember the name of the unicorn. I think his name is actually Unicorn. And no one understood. No one understood it. So she tends to be like me. She finds the obscure and kind of does it. And then she just had a picture here, but the stickies are just kind of sticking to the envelope, but it's just a unicorn picture. And then here there's some thank you cards and things like that in here. Right, but this is just the purchase of stamps that I got. All right, I have to blur this out. It's actually what the stamp looks like with our address, so obviously I can't show you that. All right, this is another IHOP menu. So in September we had an IHOP menu. In October, again, Sophia was definitely in her IHOP era. And then in here I have it's like just a bag from Sophia's school where she just decorated and collected all her Halloween cards. I didn't actually put her Halloween cards in here. They went into the Halloween planner initially, and then, you know, we just tossed it over time. But she ended up getting this. She was Princess Peach this year. And so these are like the glove pieces from Princess Peach. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember exactly. So then, I don't know what this is. Was she Princess Peach? Now I'm really questioning it. I'm pretty sure she was. I'm almost sure she was, but now I don't remember if this was 2023 or, yeah, it had to have been 2023 because 2024 we were the Bluey family. So, okay, so that was 2023. These two both were. Okay, and so let me go back to my Halloween planner. So, basically in 2022 when I started this Halloween planner, I also started those memory books. So I showed you the Boo book from 2022. I showed you the two from 2023. That's the September Smash book as well as the October Smash book in the Disbound. And so I need to put notes here for that. I can definitely just stick it on here. And one thing that I have on here is a glue book. In 2024, last year, I started a glue book. I tore through my entire house and I could not find it. I could not find the glue book. So I don't really know. I know that for sure it's somewhere in my house. I didn't lose it. It's definitely in my house. Eventually I will find it. But I know for sure that I worked on the cover and I think I did like 2 or 3 pages. So eventually I will find that and it will be just a separate video on my channel. What we also did in 2024 was put together I bought coloring books for the Bluey family. And so I put that in here just as a representation of 2024. And eventually when I find the glue books from 2024, why is this one stuck? Okay, from 2024, I'll probably maybe just put a note here saying 2024 glue book, something like that. Or I can keep it really simple and just use a sticky note like I have here. But I did want to kind of show you where they quote unquote belong in terms of the Halloween planner. But because they are so chunky, of course, I could not put them in the memory planner or in the Halloween planner. So they are their own little thing, okay? So these are the 3 books that I've got. Again, I do have a 4th one. I just don't know where it is. I will eventually find it. If I do find it sometime this season, I'll flip through it and just go ahead and get that marked off the list. If not, I'll try to find it before 2026 and we'll do a full flip through of everything once again. So I hope you enjoyed looking through my memory books. Mostly you can see it's just collections of the crafts, of the different pieces of mail, all the fall related things and some Christmas things that just kind of like landed in that month. So I enjoy putting these together. They're just so much fun to do. It's just really nice to see what our lives looked like at that time. So I enjoy looking through them, definitely, and enjoy flipping through them and talking to you about all these fun things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.